New at 11, a Florida woman with more than 50 half-brothers and sisters is on a mission to track them down.
She tells ABC Action News reporter Andrea Lyon they all share the same father who donated his sperm to a bank decades ago.
And I love it. I love being a big sister.
The typical American family is not this story.
The more the merrier, honestly.
Kiani Arroyo is an only child, sort of. She was what her classmates called
Science experiment, or like the test tube baby.
She was raised by her two moms, but in her teens grew curious about her donor dad. The search started on social media.
Some pictures started showing up of like, oh yeah, this is your brother, this is your sister.
First Facebook, then a site called Donor Sibling Registry, where she found dozens of half-brothers and sisters.
Including myself, 46.
The list has now grown to 52, including 7 in Florida, siblings in Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. The youngest just 1 year old.
But it's crazy that there's so many of us.
Kiani loves her new big family, but not all of her siblings feel the same.
Not that great to say I'm a part of a donor family.
Alana and Joanna, Tampa twins and Kiani's half-sisters. Alana says she wants limits on how many children a donor can father.
It's kind of hard to say. There obviously should be regulations, should be like a limited number, but it's like, who are we to say you can't have this person as your dad?
ABC Action News found when it comes to sperm donations, U.S. regulations are few and there are no limits set by the government. We called Zytex Cryo International, headquartered in Atlanta, the sperm bank behind Kiani and her siblings, looking for answers on how so many children could be born from one donor.
This is Andrea Lyon with ABC Action News.
Zytex wouldn't speak to us on camera, but later admitted it doesn't have accurate information on how many babies are actually born from each donor.
I was a little bit surprised, actually, when I heard about your story.
Shane Plosker, IVF director at the University of South Florida, says a high number of donor births is more of a moral issue than medical risk.
Whether it's safe ethically or whether we feel comfortable with that, that's a whole different story.
For Kiani, her search continues.
I won't know the total amount, and I might never know.
Zytex couldn't tell us how many siblings Kiani actually has. But after we contacted them, the company pledged to change its policy. Previously, the company had no cap in the U.S., saying how many kids could be born to each single donor. Now the company says it's limiting each donor to 15 families in the U.S. and 25 worldwide.
Daddy duck's coming.
For Kiani, it's become less about numbers
My goal is to meet everyone.
and more about getting to know her new relatives.
One day I can plan a family reunion and have everyone show up.
Andrea Lyon, ABC Action News.
Wow, what a story. We reached out to the donor dad for an interview, but he did say no. So you may be wondering, with so many half-brothers and sisters, is there a risk of marrying a sibling? We have the answer to that on abcactionnews.com.